So he is the most important non-hockey announcer in Canadian history, even though he was not Canadian. But boys, oh boys, he was the heart of the Montreal Expos for all those years when they were literally Canada's team. Now, Dave Van Horne, born August 25th, 1939, born in Easton, Pennsylvania, is currently retired from Major League Baseball after broadcasting big league games for 53 seasons. He was honored at the National Baseball Hall of Fame as the winner of the Ford Frick Award in 2011 for excellence in broadcasting. Now, he was the lead play-by-play announcer for the Miami Marlins radio network from '01 through 2021. Prior to that, he was a household name in Canada as he spent 32 years of his broadcasting career with the Montreal Expos. 14 of those years partnered with former Dodger great Duke Snider. In 2003, he described the games of the World Series champion Florida Marlins in that great upset year. Now, Van Horne attended and graduated from Wilson Area High School in Easton in '57. Van Horne entered the drama department at the Richmond Professional Institute in Richmond, Virginia. While at the school, he began hosting a top 40 program at the local radio station, which led to him dropping out of school and starting a full-time broadcasting career in Roanoke, where he began calling high school football and basketball. This led in turn to Van Horne calling baseball for the Richmond Braves, the Class AAA affiliate of Atlanta Braves, beginning in 1966. He was eventually hired by the Expos for their inaugural season in '69 on their English broadcast on CBC. Van Horne, for many, is well known for his debonair style and, of course, his call of the Dennis Martinez perfect game, El Presidente El Perfecto, which has become iconic in Canadian sports history. Now, with the Expos, he's signing phrase, "Thanks, Duke, and hi again, everybody. Glad to have you aboard for today's game." And his home run call, "Up, Up, and Away," projected his enthusiasm and excitement. In 2000, as the Expos had not secured an English radio or TV contract, Van Horne broadcast the season over the internet. With the Expos broadcast situation still unsettled for 2001, Van Horne left the team to announce with the Marlins. Now, beginning in 2001, Van Horne broadcast games for Florida. During his time there, again, he called the 2003 World Series. Van Horne broadcast the last Expos home game in Montreal from the Marlins broadcast booth on September 29, 2004, a 9-1 win for Florida. After the game was over, Van Horne joins the Expos television crew for a special post-game show. In January 2022, he officially announced his retirement from broadcasting. Now, he was named the 1996 recipient of the Jack Rainey Award by the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame for a lifetime of media achievement. He was inducted in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in 2014, along with former Expos GM Murray Cook and third baseman Tim Wallach. Now, again, he won the Ford Frick Award from the National Baseball Hall of Fame, getting it on July 23rd in Cooperstown. So why was Dave Van Horne so popular with the fans? Well, just like Don Chevrier, just like Vince Scully, he seemed to really care about the team and the players on both sides. He was a very objective announcer. He would not basically do anything but promote the sport in the best way. And having the great Duke Snider there as kind of a what they call a fill-in for Schneider was like 40s and 50s, and Van Horne was not say the modern era, but pretty close. But if you go back to the old tapes, especially that YouTube call on CBC, which is now on YouTube, of course, of Denny Martinez's perfect game, the nuances of Van Horne's announcing were for everybody. If you were a 9-year-old kid or a 19-year-old teenager or a 79-year-old grandmother, Van Horne spoke to you literally and figuratively. We're very fortunate in Canada. We've had some of the greatest announcers of all time announce Canadian sports. You're looking at Bob Cole, Danny Galvin, René Lecavalier, Don Chevrier, Dan Kelly, all these great people, Don Whitman, Jim Robson, Paul Hewson, Chris Cuthbert, is on and on and on. See, if you can make it in Canada as an announcer, you can make it anywhere. Keith Jackson said something very interesting. He said the best announcers work in Canada. He said that. And he's saying that for a reason, because Don Chevrier, for example, could cover curling and boxing and baseball with the same, professionalism. What Van Horne really brought to the Expos is a sense of familiarity. He was always there as the chronicler And through the good times and bad, because Montreal had some tough losses, especially in '81 against the Dodgers. I look back at my years listening to Dave Van Horn and say to myself, my influences as a media member now come from him and everybody else that formed a foundation of professionalism and promoting not yourself but the event. You see some announcers now; it's all about the homer, or especially the Red Sox, and don't even talk about Seattle. But Dave Van Horn, there was not once he would say, "Okay, Andre, catch that ball," or "Gary, hit us a home run." Like, he never said that. Very straightforward. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the great Dave Van Horn. If you like what we're doing with our Expo and Expo related podcasts, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, swing for the fences. Bye.